Good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Coffee. My name is Lance McKinnon. I'm here with my co-host, Tiffany Linderman. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing absolutely great. I saw I got a little Bobby Brady going on with my voice today, so you're going to have to bear with me. I am enjoying my fifth Acres coffee from Good Brothers in Midtown Plaza in Harrisburg. So I'm like on my third cup. So I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to sit in this seat today, but it's just really bringing me back one way or the other. So,
Good stuff.
but
I don't blame you.
oh my gosh, if you haven't been to Good Brothers Cafe in Midtown Plaza, Harrisburg, you got to check it out. So is it just you and I today, Tiff, or?
You know I wouldn't leave you hanging. I came prepared. I found a really good one, and I'm just so excited because I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. So I have somebody here today. His name is Seth Witcher, and you may have heard of him. Hey, look at that wave.
Good morning, Seth. How you doing?
Good. How you doing? Just waking up.
Just waking up. I like that. Uh, I know. Well, Seth's actually in college. He's in Kutztown. So to actually have a college student up this early in the morning on Saturday is absolutely awesome. Maybe he's just been up all night.
I'm sure he was
I,
studying all night long.
Oh yeah, that was me in college. I stayed up and studied Friday night into Saturday to make sure I was ready to go for a podcast. But anyways, good morning, Seth. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Good. So Seth, I've been enjoying your music, your story. I don't want to give it up because there's so much going on with your music, but there's such an underline with your music with a lot of people that's going on in the world today. I don't want to tell the story, but I'll let you go ahead and dive in and tell us where you started and how you got to where you're being, and we'll just kind of interact from there. How's that?
Sounds good. Yeah. So I'm 22 years old. I go to Kutztown University. I'm a senior there. This is my last semester. And I don't know. I've been really I perform a lot in the Lehigh Valley of Pennsylvania. I've been doing it for about 4 years now. But I've been singing ever since I was like 4. Uh, I apologize. Can you see me? Yeah, am I
Yeah.
here?
That was
You were
is that
flashing up
gonna be?
a
It's
good
like
picture.
that's good. I think that's gonna be the cover of your first major album. Is that it? I like that. That's gonna be the cover of his first major album. I
Yeah.
see
So
it.
sorry about that. But like I was saying, I've been singing ever since I was like, I don't know, 3, but I've really been taking it seriously for about the past 4 years. Right when I graduated from high school. And this is what I do for a living. This is my passion, my dream, music. My dream is to be a mainstream music artist. So for me, I just work towards that every day. I'm grateful to say that I'm able to pay for college with my music. And I'm just able to survive and thrive in the valley. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. I mean, I'm a music artist. I write music that makes me feel something, and I hope that you feel something too when you listen to it. That's
Yeah. So, what kind of music do you sing, Seth? Because I got a couple of questions for you to follow up with that.
Yeah. So when I perform live, right now I'm playing mostly in like bars, or restaurants and stuff like that. So when I perform live, I sing a lot of covers, that range from like rock to some singer-songwriter stuff. But my original music is more like pop, R&B, and coming out soon, a little bit of like some rock inspired stuff. So yeah.
So, you're all over the place, kind of like me. Go ahead,
Mhm.
Tiff.
Yeah. I just like.
Can't keep track of you. So I was curious. I don't know if I read this or if I just made it up in my head, but are you self-taught with, your playing, your singing, all that, or did you do any formal training around all that?
So with guitar playing, I'm pretty much self-taught. Taught myself off of YouTube. With singing, I have a singing instructor. Her name's Jacqueline Belarin. I started out teaching myself how to sing, especially when I took it really seriously. Music, I was like teaching myself, but then like, it got pretty hard. Like I hurt myself pretty bad. So I got a singing instructor and she's awesome. She's great. She's helping me to, get like, perfect with everything. So it's great. But a lot of,
Thank you, Jackie.
a lot of what I do is, a lot of like, I don't know. I like to just dive into things. So with music, specifically, I've just kind of dove in. So like my first show ever was a 3-hour show in like a dive bar. And I hadn't had any experience like singing in front of people like that with a guitar and all that kind of stuff, singing for 3 hours, no breaks. So that's just like the kind of person I am. That's just how I've kind of approached everything. So I've been learning as I go and perfecting my craft, along the way. So
I have to give you a lot of credit because a young gentleman like yourself putting in that grind and going to school at the
Mhm.
same time, man, that's very admirable.
thanks, man.
Because I mean, I give it up to you, brother, because a lot of people go to school, they take it for granted, they write it, and they don't get anything out of it. But for
Mhm.
you, I know there's something more behind your music because I've been listening to you, and when you sing, you lose yourself up there,
Yeah.
and that's not a bad thing. You lose yourself in a way that you're speaking to the audience, the crowd, but your message is so much deeper than what you're singing. So you're making a difference in a lot of people's lives. So can we kind of touch on how music is a therapy for you?
hmm hmm Yeah, I think you kind of like hit the nail on the head. For me, it's just like, I don't know. It's hard for me to just show emotion normally. I'm usually pretty like stoic, uh, you know. But for me, music kind of like unlocks parts of me and allows me to feel things that I don't normally feel. And the great thing about it is that like I can bring people along with me too. And I honestly feel like that's what the job of a musician is. It's to kind of put words and feeling words and in like in like descriptions to the feelings that people feel but maybe can't quantify. So it makes me really happy that you said that. That's really cool. Yeah, because that's the kind of musician I want to be, like the guy that helps helps relate people's feelings with like their emotions and kind of like connect everything there. So that's cool.
Right, and you do a fantastic job in there. And I know that I was watching one of your songs, and I'm not going to really spoil it, but you talk about some of the things that you've gone through and that music has helped you. And, and I'm going to just go ahead and bring it up. There's a lot of people carry a lot of baggage. We call it the invisible suitcase. With and a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff right now. And with your music, and when you're up there singing, you like I said, when you lose yourself, you just go into stage mode, and you're out there making a difference in so many people's lives because you talk about a subject that most people don't talk about, but we need to have more conversation about it because it's really prevalent in your generation, my generation, and Tiffany's generation. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, I think you're referring to like suicide and
Yes.
like depression. Um, yeah, what do you want me to say specifically about it? What's the angle? What are we talking about here?
Whatever you feel like, how it,
Uh,
how it helps you, where you've been, and how music affects you.
yeah. So, um, I don't know. I've had moments in my life where I've been like very depressed and suicidal, and every time I've fought through it. And I personally believe that music is very powerful, and I want to be the voice that, you know, helps lead people through those hard times. And I think that with music, it's definitely possible. So, you know, since I've gone through those experiences, you know, I want to write songs about them, and I want to, you know, relate to people who are going through those things. Cause I feel like a lot of times when you're going through like depression or suicidal thoughts, stuff like that, like you can't trust your own head. You know, so like a lot of times, like when I was going through, you know, I try to find reasons like to be alive, and I try to find reasons to, you know, feel better, and like maybe ignore the feelings that I had. And it was really hard to do that. It's really hard to do that just because like your brain's just going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, like the world feels like it's just caving in. And um, so since I've been able to like find a way through that, and you know, since I'm here and I'm happy I'm here, I wanted to write some songs and, you know, just make music that help people who are going through things similar. Not just like depression, but also like other things. Um, you know, uh, so but a lot of it is like for me it comes to loving yourself, you know. And I feel like well, I know with my music I'm going to change the world, and I know a lot of artists say that, but I'm going to change the world by getting people to think. And I feel like when you think for yourself, and when you're able to fight for yourself, you know, you can't be controlled. And I feel like the whole world would be a lot of a better place if people just, you know, were able for a second. So
Can I just say first off that we're so thankful that you are here. I mean, here right now, but here on this earth. And I think that those times, not everybody can relate, but there's so many people in this world that I think are silently suffering. And I think that's the point of all of this, is that your music, as Lance talked about earlier, I listened to every song that I could find. I will say that over and over again. And I know some of the what you mentioned earlier is like you know, some of your lyrics and stuff with your I think kids and stuff, it may not be something that every kid wants to listen to, but like my daughter loves your songs as well. But not to make this about my daughter. I do want to say the one song, and I was trying to figure out what are my favorite songs that you wrote, and I couldn't nail it down to one. I do have three different songs, but I'm going to just talk a little bit about The World is Falling. I know we were talking about this earlier, and that song, you were just touching on it. In this world, I think there's, especially if you're younger, I think as you get older, you start to learn that it's okay to be who you are authentically and just not care what other people think. But I think as you're younger and you're growing through all that, it's super challenging to feel like everyone is telling you how to do things, everyone is telling you what to do, and that you don't have control in your life. And I think maybe that's just what I teased out of what your lyrics were saying, whether that's accurate or not. But I loved how you talked about people trying to erase me. And that lyric or that line just like stuck with me so hard that I'm like, for anybody to have to get to that moment in their lives that they felt like it's better not to be here, or that people are trying to get rid of who you are, is so wrong. And so I think that you overcoming everything that you have in your life, and that for other people to hear that message, I think is so important, because that means hopefully another day for them, or another decade and more memories with their family and their loved ones. So I just I love that song.
thank you. Thank you so much. That means the world to me.
Absolutely.
I have to piggyback. Tiffany took all my notes and said what I was going to say. But being a young man in this world, talking about mental health is huge. And I believe you are going to change the world with your music. I did do a little study, and over 75% of people have at one time had mental or have mental illness or have thought about suicide or depression.
Mm.
And so it's a conversation that it needs to be talked about. And, because we don't want to lose anybody else. When I always say that, try to be kind to somebody because you don't know if that's something that's going to give somebody that extra hour, that extra 2 hours, or to get them through the night to the next day. And your music speaks to that, which is absolutely amazing for a young man in college, uh, who's already changing the world. You're not going to, you are now.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Take that. Yeah, man.
Can I ask? Can I ask a favor? I mean, hydrate yourself, very important. But is there any chance that I could beg, please, that maybe you would sing a song for us or play a song for us?
Not to beg. I'll sing. Like,
No, let her beg. No. You don't want me? Do you want me to do backups with my Bobby Brady voice there? Or no, I'll just let you go solo. Okay. Next time I'll do backups with you.
and learning that music isn't just like one person. I think music is made when everybody contributes. So, I mean, if you want to join in, hopefully it sounds good. But
No, I'm not going to help you. I can dance. I can say I'm a great chair dancer. I can nod my head, but you don't want me to jump in there. They don't even let me sing at church. I'm that bad.
all good, man. Yeah. So since we were talking about the world is falling, I'll just sing it. I'll sing it acoustic style.
Awesome.
Nice.
We're so lucky. We're so lucky to get this firsthand. I'm all excited. Go ahead, man. Let it rip.
I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you. This is the world is falling. They say I'll never change, forever feel this pain. Just know I don't wanna feel this way. This is my home, the world is falling. I'm screaming out, but yeah, I'm fine. I see them chase me, try to erase me. That's all in my mind. Shut me up, it's cold outside. Anxious much, yeah, that's my life. I wanna hold on to you tonight. I wanna hold on till the daylight. Suicide, suicide, I've been holding on at night. I don't really want to die, but I can't be alone at night. Yeah. I've been holding on at night. I don't really want to die. The world is falling. I'm screaming out, but yeah, I'm fine. I see them chase me, try to erase me. That's all in my mind. I'm holding on to you tonight. Help me feel good on the inside. One more chance to see the light. I'm holding on, I'm holding on. They say I'll never change, forever feel this pain. Don't want to feel the same, let me go. They say I'll never change, forever feel this pain. Don't want to feel the same, let me go. The world is falling, I'm screaming out, but yeah, I'm fine. I see them chase me, try to erase me. In my mind, I'm holding on to you tonight. Help me feel good on the inside. One more chance to see the light. I'm holding on tonight. I'm holding on tonight. I'm holding on tonight. Just want to see the light. I'm holding on tonight.
Blown away. Wow.
So that is awesome. That is awesome. And man, the words behind that are so powerful because for me, at Tiffany, you brought up some other lines, but I know the things that I've gone through in my life personally. Uh, Holding on to the night just so I can see the light is very powerful. And you pretend you were feeling fine, but inside we're really not. And it's great during the daytime when you're busy, but at nighttime when it's quiet and you're by yourself, and then that's when you're really holding on to the night just to see the light one more time. That line right there is extremely powerful. Um, and I know that is going to touch. It is touching so many people. And we're going to get TikTok. You didn't copyright that. That's all you. And man, for 18 years old, a powerful
We're
message.
22.
Or 22, it's 2 2. It's absolutely powerful that you've come up with that to sit down. How long did it take for you to write that?
Um, uh, man, it took like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. The song came to me like, uh, I was going on a run. I feel like a lot of times, like when I'm going through, when I've gone through like mental stuff, um, like getting outside is like something that kind of would help me. And, there was this, like I was running, just doing my morning jog or whatever. And like, I don't know, you ever like just see things like in your mind's eye, like they say, or like you just see things like, so I just saw like a bunch of like demons chasing me. And um I was just like, man, like how did they get there? Like how did I get myself in a situation where I've got all these things chasing me and I'm like, like they're trying to kill me, And you know, I think it was because I don't know, man. I feel like in some way I might have like allowed them to be there. And so when I saw that, I don't know, just the words kind of came. And um I wrote the song after that. And I decided to like just show everybody like how, I don't know, how I kind of fought through it all. It was just like, you feel the negativity, you like find something to hold on to, and you run, you know. So yeah, it doesn't sound like it makes sense. It sounds probably a little crazy, and it probably is, but that's the answer.
Not
So
at all.
No,
Not at
no,
all.
that doesn't, not at all, just the opposite. Um, just to have the courage to speak up on it is inspirational instead of holding it back. And that's what it's all about. It's like you, a young man, you're changing people's lives, college lives, and it's not just adults anymore. It's just children. With the bullying and social media. Um,
Mhm.
you know, People have lost their jobs. They've lost their homes. They've lost their lives. This song resonates with a lot of people, and what you had just mentioned in there about running, and I just came up with, and I can't take credit for the quote, but I stated that if you keep your eyes towards the good Lord, the sunshine, the shadows will fall behind you.
mhm.
And that's kind of what you've done, um,
Yeah,
in a way, because we're all fighting something. And if you say that you're not fighting something, you're lying to yourself,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know? And
mm,
so by you stepping up and saying, hey, this is what's going on with me, but we could be sitting in a crowded room and of 20 people, and out of those 20 people, 10 people feel depressed, they're on anxiety medicine, or they're having issues, and you don't know until that nighttime falls, and then waiting for that sunlight to come up again.
Yeah.
And so by bringing it to surface, uh, it's a conversation that needs to be had, and we're talking about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to have the conversation. I actually want to actually give my like the exact way that I got out of, the place I was in, the mental state. Uh, because I don't know who's watching this. If you're going through something, hey, it's okay. You're not alone. Uh, the way I got out of it was when you're feeling that way, that depressive, like suicidal state, you can't trust your own head. So, my parents are ministers, and so I've had experience with like church and the Bible and stuff like that. So I decided, if I can't trust my own mind, I'm gonna just like open up the Bible and try to find something that it says that God says about me and about my mind, and I'm just gonna focus on that. I'm just gonna hold on to that because I can't trust anything that I'm feeling right now. And so I did that, and I just focused on it for a while. But like, I don't know. It just, like I say at my live shows, like a year later, I was looking for that light, and a year later, I was in the same like physical location I was at before, where I was going to kill myself. And I, after that year passing of like holding on and like, searching for the good, I thought back to the day when I was going to kill myself, and I remember thinking to myself like, I'm happy that I stuck around. I'm happy that I'm here. I don't want to die right now. And it's kind of just been like that battle. It felt like an uphill battle, but when you have something to focus on, something that doesn't move, you know, um, I had to look at it blindly, what God says about me. And uh, whether you believe in it or not, I feel like at that state you kind of just reach for anything, because you can't, like I said, like you can't trust what's going on inside, like between your ears. And so um I got better. And I'm here, and so I wanted to write a song about it.
I'm thankful. I mean, I'm touched that you wrote this song, and I know that our followers are going to listen to the song, and you turn to the Lord. Thank goodness for your parents, the Bible. I want to encourage our listeners: turn to your friends, turn to your RA, turn to your neighbor. Let this not be an embarrassing conversation. You know, let this be an open conversation. Let this start the floodgates of people talking about the invisible stuff that they're carrying. And that's why I said you you should mention earlier that you are going to change the world through your music, and I'm saying you are now changing the world through your music, because God saved you to give this message to everybody out there. And there's always got to be that first one that crosses the river, and and then he brings everybody, and it's your job, your purpose in life, to bring people with you. And I believe that's why God saved you during that time. I truly do.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
I'll just piggyback really quick and say, like Lance said, your words, your lyrics are profound. And I am telling you, I've gone through my own challenges a little bit different. And I like everyone else, everyone's story is a bit different, but your lyrics literally just like jump out, and they squeeze your heart. I couldn't help but listen to it. And I'm telling you, not just that song, but every song, that there was such a profound meaning and story behind it, that I felt like it was speaking to me and just letting me feel the emotion of what I'm feeling in life or what's happening at that time. So I think that anybody that listens to your music is going to get that. And it's just amazing to think that a 22-year-old is writing lyrics like that. And on the lighter side, I will say, if you haven't heard all of Seth's songs, one other really good one is Marionette, if I say that right. And
Yeah.
also The Stars in Your Eyes. That one is epic. And so if you want, you can go see him at a show. He's definitely out in the Lehigh area. Every once in a while, he pops around different locations. You can check him out on his Facebook. He has an email that he'll like just actually send you flyers of where he's going to be at if you want to find him. And he even has these really awesome wristbands that you can get if you sign up on his mailing list. So
Yeah, have shirts soon, but wristband on the
I said,
Nice.
I gotta get on the mailing list. I gotta get on the mailing list.
yeah, get on, bro.
But yeah, but no, I know that. But I do. I just want to just circle back around though. Your story is so inspirational, and sometimes a lot of people get on here. I just want to talk positive, 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 positive. But this is a conversation that needed to be had, and is happening. Um, and we're going to make sure that there are outlets out there, and everything is going to be listed for our followers who are going through something. I know Tiffany, you'll make sure that all that information is put out there. There is help for everybody. Um, they can reach out to you, reach out to me, family. There's suicide prevention lines. There's therapy. There is no shame in going into therapy to unload your suitcase. And, so I just want to continue. I know it's Saturday and you've been up studying all night at college and you probably want to go to bed now. But I don't want to keep it any much longer, but we've been blessed and absolutely, truly moved by you. And I am personally looking forward to following your career. I like to think that, when you're out there, you're already crushing it. But when you're at the top of the mountain, don't forget Saturday morning coffee. Um, I'm going to be like, I remember when I got you on tape.
Yeah,
But no, but your message is strong, it's powerful, and just the stand up. I'm going back to it, just to stand up and to admit it and come out with it is probably the most encouraging, impactful things. And we've had a lot of guests on this show, and from some cancer survivors to motivational speakers to athletes to counselors. But to stand up here and say in front of the whole world, this was my battle and I won by the
yeah,
grace of God is probably the most profound uh, podcast we've done. And
well,
that's just truly from my heart because I know there's this world today that we're living in. There's so many people suffering,
mm,
and you're standing up and saying it. So I just want to say, continue to make a difference in your life, other people's lives, and continue to do you and and continue to change the world as
yes,
you
sir.
are right. And
Yes,
Tiffany, that's all I have with my voice. And I don't know if you can say goodbye.
I don't have anything more to say, but this was awesome. Seth, you're amazing. I cannot thank you enough, but we'll make sure everyone knows how to find you in the post and can't wait to see where you go from here.
thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
guys.
Take
Thank you.
care.
Cheers, and keep going, young man. The
Cheers.
universe, hey, as my one brother says, the universe is your playground,
Yeah,
and
man.
that's where you belong.
Thank you.
All right, take